Arsenal have just lost to Newcastle. What the hell is going on? This was at the Emirates, by the way. This was at the home ground of Arsenal. So what I'm going to do in this video, I'm going to talk about the problem with Arsenal that I've been trying to highlight with people, and as well how Newcastle were able to get the better of Arsenal's press and whatever that they were offering. Then on top of that, what does this result mean for what Arsenal's ambitions are? Because we talk about them finishing with a trophy or something. What does this mean in terms of the ambition? Remember, there's still a second leg to go to. So maybe we don't even have to worry about that. So let's get into the video. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to Connect. So like I'm saying, Arsenal just lost to Newcastle. And to be honest, when you look at the game as a whole, Newcastle did not even have to be the best they can. They just had to get the job done and try to tell Arsenal to come and attack us. And it's really, really interesting how Arsenal could not offer anything in the game in terms of tactical wise, in terms of putting pressure on Newcastle, in terms of trying to take advantage of the spaces which was being opened and everything that was happening in the game. Because to be honest, what I saw in the game was this: Newcastle were under pressure in the first minutes of the game, but they were able to deal with the pressure. They were able to control the defense of Newcastle, stayed in there, they put their body on the line, they threw themselves when they were under pressure. Then the thing changed. They needed one chance. Isak, one chance, one-on-one with Raya. What a goal from a free kick in which Arsenal did not defend well. Then from when you think that they're going to try to do something, it felt like there was no in-forward player was going to do anything. The only players who were trying to score were either some of the midfielders or defenders trying to hit the shots, and they just could not get the goal in on target or anything. That was the frustrating things from Arsenal. The only chance which came from a forward was the ball that hit the post from Martinelli, and I think that was the first time that Arsenal actually undone Newcastle's defense in terms of attacking wise. By the way, Newcastle did not even have Bruno Guimaraes, and yet they were able to expose Arsenal. The problem they were able to expose Arsenal, they allowed them to come, to attack, to put pressure on them. In that process, they allowed Arsenal to open up space. Arsenal opened up spaces, and they took advantages of those spaces which were opened. Hence where the second goal came from, which was scored by Gordon. They were all in under pressure, then in attack, then they took advantage of that. So it finished 2-0. And you wonder, exactly what do Arsenal needs to do? What do they need to do? What is lacking from them? What is causing them from not actually performing well? Because we know this is a good team. We've seen them doing so well. But yet, somehow, that's where the pressure is coming from. And the interesting part, the first goal, the free kick was actually hit by the Newcastle goalkeeper. Head turned, and it was easy for Isak to score. How do you allow a player who's not even in? This is the funny part. Isak was marked with Odegaard. We know he's one of the best central forward in the Premier League right now, and yet he was marked by Odegaard. What exactly were the Arsenal people expecting? And Odegaard, I don't remember even coming anywhere close to Isak to stop him from doing anything. And I just wonder what that now means, because it's exposing Arsenal. It's exposing them as a team that is playing games, not trying to lose, but not trying to win. Because let me tell you, if you set up the way they set up, if you have so many defenders and midfielders in the game the way they do, it means you are only worried about what the threats bring from the other teams. You are not worried about what you can do. You think that you can scam back a goal, and when you scam back a goal, you come back to defend the entire game. And this is the thing that people have been talking about. It's similar to what Stoke used to be. You go try to score with your headers, you go try to do whatever you can do with your headers, and when you're done, you come back and you defend the entire game. And that's what we saw from Arsenal today. But on the west side, they just could not get the goal down. They tried by all means to use some dark cards. They tried to do so much. I saw them trying to put pressure on the goalkeeper. Saliba tried it. And I saw in the first attack of Newcastle, in which ended up to become a corner, I saw Trossard pulling Isak down before he even go anywhere. They were trying by all means to stop any teams from scoring, but yet just come back and go and defend the entire game. But that's what Newcastle did to them. They just worked on that routine of the free kick, scored a goal, then actually put Arsenal under pressure and they just could not get out of the game. So when you think about it now, when you look at it, what does this mean in terms of what the Gunners will take over this season? What would the Arsenal fans feel over this season, over this result? That's the other question. Remember, we keep talking about Mikel Arteta might talk about having one of the best teams and what, but without trophies, it does not give any meaning. And I'm talking of even a Carabao Cup. I know the FA Cup is called, but that was a team that Unai Emery left. He hasn't done it with his team, the first team that he has spent over 900 million pounds on, hasn't even done anything. And getting a Carabao Cup could have been an easier way to get something, to hold on to something. And yet I'm here talking about nothing which was created. Nothing which was created. And I just wonder how long can this continue happening? How long can they keep on doing this? And this is the thing that I've just noticed. Arsenal cannot copy with Isak. And I'm going to try to explain something before I finish up what I was talking about. If you look at the second goal which was scored, Isak dropped deep and the defense of Arsenal, Saliba and Gabriel, they were telling each other, one of them to follow Isak, and none of them did, which opened up spaces they were hoping the midfield could do. Then Isak did what he can do to try to hit the ball, which opened up space, and the ball wasn't easy. Just bounce back for God. Then the rest was history. The manager of Aston Villa put on the defense, stopped everything, and just watch the game as it go the way it did. They just could not come back into the game. So like what I was talking about, what does this mean? Does this give fans the hope? Does they give them the belief that they can do something? Do they even trust that their team can get the job done? Because as we can see right now, they are failing to produce anything. They are failing to actually win games. They drew the last game, and if you look at that game, they scored the first goal, then they started to sit deep. What happened? How is now Arsenal starting to sit deep at home? What is happening with this team? It seems like they've literally lost their idea, their identity as a team. And if this continues, this will just stop them from achieving anything. At the end of the day, they need to win something. They need to at least start creating history out of this, because we know for a fact that the likes of players like Saliba are not going to sit down and just wait until this team actually started doing something, because if they don't, they are going to leave. And when they go, they'll go to teams that they can achieve. And I'm telling you, rebuilding a team like this strong, it's going to be painful. They needed a striker in the summer. They did not sign one. We are in the January transfer. We haven't had any we are hearing rumors. We haven't seen any action over them trying to sign something. And I worry over that, because they need somebody who can put fear in the faces of defenders. Nobody's afraid of Kai Havertz. Nobody's even afraid of what Kai Havertz will offer. Nobody's afraid of what Jesus do. Of course, they might score against Crystal Palace, but Crystal Palace are not all the teams in the Premier League. All of these things is coming out, and we are seeing it as game goes, as everything happens, and it's exposing the team. They need to find direction. They need to find a way to actually start playing football for a change. They need to find a way to show us something, because if this continues, I'm telling you, Mikel Arteta's job will be on the line, and I'm telling you, this team will quickly dismantle into nothing else. Then they have to start again another rebuild. Congratulations to Newcastle, even though I did not talk about them yet. The way they did their job, the defense was on par, stopped the Arsenal's defense from doing anything. Then also not only the defense, the midfield was causing chaos to Arsenal. They might not have really dominated, but they were causing chaos. And the strike force scored the goals, and by scoring the goals, they just forced Arsenal to try and attack. They were like, come and do us something. Come and try to do something. Come and try to put us pressure, because we are on top, we are ahead, and Arsenal just did not have an answer over this Newcastle team. This is the team that has literally beaten Arsenal twice. Now they've beaten them at their own home ground. And I'm telling you, they're going to have to play with them as well at Newcastle's home ground and the Geordies next month. Then also they still need to play them in the Premier League at the Emirates. It's crazy, but that's how it is. New Isaac. Isaac is having a time of his life. The way he's terrorizing this defense, it's amazing. And I cannot wait to see where he goes. And it's gonna be interesting to see where they go. Click the like button, subscribe to Connect. Let me know what you think as a Guna over the results. I'm out. Peace. Subscribe to the Connect.